What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerry, and today's video will be on the Brooklyn Nets, and we're going to be talking about whether or not they're in trouble. And we're going to hop straight into the video. Now, looking at the Brooklyn Nets, their first postseason series against the Boston Celtics, they handled those guys easily in 5 games. And then game 1, round 2 against the Milwaukee Bucks, James Harden gets injured like a minute or two into the game, and he hurts his hamstring, and he's been out for that whole series so far. And even without James Harden, the Brooklyn Nets win in a dominant fashion, and both games 1 and 2 they go back to Milwaukee. Game 3, they lose in a game where the last play they lost by like 1 possession. The last play of the game, Bruce Brown, I don't know what was possessed him to make him think it was okay to take that layup. He should have came off the peel right there. But game 3 they lost off of a 1 possession game, and then we fast forward to game 4 where they lose Kyrie Irving. He played about 11 minutes that night, and the way Kyrie got hurt, it was on Kyrie was attempting the layup, and he made the layup, and then Giannis came from like 3-point line or something to attempt to go for the rebound, and he ended up stepping right under Kyrie, right under his landing spot. And some people think it was dirty, but me personally, it didn't look like he intentionally wanted to hurt him. But at the end of the day, it definitely could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? So, you just got to be careful. I don't think it was I don't think he wanted to hurt Kyrie, though. But anyways, so Kyrie did get X-rayed. He did get X-rayed after that. He did get X-rayed after that game. Thankfully, the X-ray came back negative, but it is an ankle sprain. And you guys know how it is when you sprain your ankle. It's really, it's really tough to do anything on it. It's tough to walk on it. Definitely tough to jump up and down. So we don't know if Kyrie is if he's gonna play tomorrow night for Game 5, and it is a really pivotal situation for Brooklyn, because it puts them in a position where they have to make a bunch of tough decisions. So the way that this Brooklyn team is orchestrated, the way it was put together, it is very top heavy. Like the whole team is Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. And when you missing 2 out of those 3 guys, it's like, damn, what we gonna do now? So they have to make the decision if they want to put James Harden at risk with his hamstring injury, bring him back sooner than he was supposed to, because the way Brooklyn was probably thinking, the way it was looking, the way they was manhandling the Milwaukee Bucks, they was thinking like, we don't even need James Harden for this series. We can let him rest, let him nurse that hamstring, and let him fully recover. And then Kai goes now. So it's the same thing with Kyrie Irving. Do you want to put him out there with his ankle clearly hampered? He could barely walk off the court by himself yesterday. So do you want to let him play Game 5? And even if he is out there for Game 5, his mobility is probably going to be very limited, especially the way Kyrie play. He's a ball handler, very shifty. He like to use his speed. So it's some tough decisions for Brooklyn to make, because the risk is very huge. You got three guys, KD, Kyrie, and Harden, who's in their prime. Let's just say if they do lose this year and don't win the championship, James Harden is like 32, KD like 32, and Kyrie is only 29. And the way that these guys play, they play below the rim. Most of their game is based off skill, so they're going to be dominant in the league for at least 5-6 more years. Kyrie Irving probably like 7 or 8 more years. So I think they should just thug it out. Let those guys rest. Of course, if James Harden, if he can go, if he's cleared to play play. But you don't want to see another thing like in 2019 when KD rushed back too fast, and he ended up rupturing his Achilles, kept him out for a year and a half. So, and let's just say if it is KD out there by himself, and I've been saying this a lot, like, does that put an immense amount of pressure on KD? And me personally, the way I look at it, I don't think there's an immense amount of pressure on him. Like, this isn't gonna make, or, well, I wouldn't say make, but this isn't gonna break his career if he end up losing this series, because like I said, the way this Brooklyn team is orchestrated, or the way it was put together, is top heavy. It's very top heavy, and like, it would be great to see Kevin Durant overcome this. It would be great to see him overcome this, especially against the Bucks, a team they got with Giannis, Middleton, Drew Holiday, PJ Tucker playing super hard defense on KD every night. So, if he can overcome that without Kyrie and James Harden, you know what I'm saying? That'll be spectacular. But if he ended up not being able to pull that out, I wouldn't say, I don't think nobody would hold that against Kevin Durant. But if for the Brooklyn Nets to beat the Milwaukee Bucks without James Harden and without Kyrie Irving, the first things first, Steve Nash, he can't be so predictable with his coaching. Like, every play, every shot can't go to KD. I feel like when Kyrie Irving went out last game, that's what happened. And KD ended up having a poor shooting night, like 9 for 28. And the Bucks was just, they were blitzing him, double teaming him, and they was making it tough on him. So I feel like the role players and guys like Blake Griffin, he got to step up. I feel like Blake Griffin had a great game. What was that game? Game 2, I think he had like 18 points. He dunked on Giannis. And I feel like he just got to step up. I feel like if he can give the Nets like 21, 23 points, they'll have a shot. And then guys like the shooters like Joe Harris and Landry Shamet, they got to come alive. And that's the bright side for the Brooklyn Nets. They got some shooters. They got some decent. They got some guys that can play basketball. They got Claxton. They still got DeAndre Jordan. The Mike James guy, he's pretty. He can be electric sometimes. So that's gonna be the key in this. If those guys can hit their shots, it's definitely gonna be a close game. A close game. We still don't know who's gonna play, but more than likely, I don't see Kyrie Irving playing unless he like 2 ankle braces, painkillers, stuff like that. Really have to numb that pain, and then even still, then he'll be hampered. So, we gonna see. But if those role players can come out and contribute, man, I think the Brooklyn Nets, it's sad. It's sad to see, especially with injuries, man. It's like, health has been terrible this NBA season. But if them role players don't come and step up and help KD, it's gonna be tough, man. I think they're more than capable. We seen Joe Harris, he had some big games in the playoffs where he couldn't miss. Blake Griffin is starting to look like his old self more. He got 7 dunks in the playoffs, like 28 on the season since he's came to Brooklyn. So, they got some guys that can play, man. It's just, they just got to come out and they got to be prepared. So, that's going to be it in this video. Comment down below, what do you think the Brooklyn Nets should do? Should they rush back Harden or Kyrie? Or should they just let these guys rest and, or just waiting up to Game 5, see how Game 5 works out? And, just like this video, man, comment down, not comment, but subscribe for more weekly content, man. Upload every week. And that's curtains.